if you could show us some images of Prajnaparamita specifically and talk
Yeah,
about the symbolism. And,
yeah.
many people wonder how to identify Prajnaparamita amongst the other female deities, such as Tara. Like, how do we know that it's Prajnaparamita? Um, and of course, there are very specific things, but I'd love to hear more about just the symbolism around her, and how do we understand her more through the imagery to
Okay,
share.
good.
So please do.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, here's a Tonka painting of Prajnaparamita. This is her common form, all right? Because being the mother of all the Buddhas, you can imagine she can take on many forms. In fact, she can take on as many forms as there are Buddhas, which is infinitesimal. When Elizabeth says, how can, what is, she has several things, but how can we look at these and what does it mean and how can we know the differences? Okay, right there, we've got a whole several years of Elizabeth and I talking about this, really.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot
true.
of territory. But one thing, I'm speaking to all of us now when I say you, when you look at a Tonka painting, focus in on one particular thing. When you're looking at a Tonka painting, in order to have it be really like a silent teacher to you in your practice, on your stages of the path, focus in. And here we're focusing into the main figure, right? Prajnaparamita is gold, and or she's white often, or she's painted a yellow gold. This is her common color. She has how many arms? She has 4.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, she has 4 arms. These arms, 4, significant number. Perhaps you can recall the 4 immeasurables: loving kindness, compassion, responsive sympathetic joy, and equanimity, impartiality. Those 4 hands and 4 arms can remind you of the 4 immeasurables. And you can just stop right there and let yourself dwell on that. Maybe you say to yourself, okay, today I'm going to see how loving kindness might come into my activities today. And then at the end of the day, when you do your closing meditations, you might reflect, where is one time where I saw some loving kindness rising? And let that, nourish your mind and really give you courage and agency in your practice.